Okay, Spring Yard Zone now. This is, I would argue, probably the level that defined Sonic, the original Sonic, and more so even than like Green Hill Zone, because this pretty much introduced the whole pinball thing, which pretty much became a staple. One of the things I do really like about this zone is that the color palette is actually a little bit muted, which is kind of odd. Compare this, for example, to something like Casino Night Zone. Get out of here. And it looks quite a bit more pastel, I guess. I don't know. As always, in Sonic games, you got some branching paths and alternate routes you can take. Some neat little secrets that are very much optional. And in general, it's just quite a good zone. One of the better ones. Well, I guess I'm turning into Super Tails, aren't I? This is another zone that probably gave you a little bit of trouble if you were a young child playing your first Sonic game, because of all the spike hazards and the crushing hazards and that sort of thing. Though it's definitely not as slow-paced as, for instance, Marble Zone. And these parts are kind of cool. Good opportunity to get a lot of rings. Normally you have to roll into those guys, but Super Tails cares not. That's it! Won't be needing that. Alright, now you're going to see what I'm talking about with the pinball thing. Remember to roll on this section. It's going to get you quite a bit more momentum. Ah, missed. Now, I believe you can actually hit those guys by jumping up into them. That's a little bit more risky. So I'd recommend just rolling. Obviously the crabs are being reused, but I don't think it hurts the level any. This ring here generally means that there are springs below you. And as this is a yard of springs, there are many of those. This part can be a pain to get out of, but we actually want to go in and grab the shield. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to turn to Super Tails as soon as I jump. Ah, managed to avoid that this time. Now I'm going to turn to Super Tails. Unavoidable. Although it does make this section quite a bit easier, doesn't it? Let's just say most of the Sonic 1 levels were not balanced around having invincibility constantly. And we've got another one of these little sections here. Again, remember to roll. You can actually get a nice little jump there, I think. There you go. Once again, just little branching paths, things that make things more fun for you. Grab your bonuses, or in my case, just one bonus, and we'll be off to Act 3. Well, looky there. And another continue. Alright. This level's pretty neat because it basically combines the elements of zoom through the level as quickly as you can and, you know, take your time and be very careful. It sort of balances the two pretty well, I feel. For instance, there are places where you just sort of let loose, and there are instances like that last section where you actually have to sort of time it to not get hit by the spikes. So that's not bad. Whoa. A little bit of frame skip there. And that is a spike ball. Would have been really neat if those actually spun, but I understand that they're 2D sprites that are supposed to look 3D, so I will not begrudge them that fact. Otherwise, we are getting there. Got a little bit of a ways to go yet. Thought I had that one. This look familiar? Now's the part where you can actually get to an alternate path if you work up a little bit more speed. Oh, almost had it. In fact, I think it's not an alternate path, I think it's just a secret. Just hold to the rack, come on. I believe in me. There we go. And that was entirely pointless, but hey. It does make getting through this section actually quite a bit easier. And you can try and beat that thing to get through there, or alternately you can just take the top route, which I for some reason decided to do. Now you're going to want to use your basic platforming skills, which apparently I don't possess. Awesome. Alright. Basic platforming. Pass. And this again. Some of the stuff does repeat, but it never repeats enough that it gets tedious. Alright. And basically that's where we would have ended up if we had taken the other path. Watch out for this, because that is death below you. That killed me a few times when I was younger, just holding to the right. It's not one of those stages. Alright, this guy's particularly nasty. Fortunately, you can, if you hit your jump just right, you can sort of get him there. Unless you're doing what I'm doing. There we go. And I think it's pretty obvious what he is going to be doing. Need to be a little bit careful because I stupidly lost my rings here. Alright, one more. Pretty self-explanatory, but that is very much a race against time kind of situation. Nevertheless, it all worked out. I'll see you guys on the next one.